So yesterday, a quick recap, what exactly we were discussing about in our first day one session. So we were talking about what is an ERP and what are the differences between on-premises ERP and the cloud-based ERP, right? So can somebody quickly tell me the four to five differences which I have mentioned in terms of the, differences between the on-premises and the cloud ERP? Anyone, please.
Yeah, Karthik, Swarupa here.
Please go ahead, Swarupa.
Yeah, actually the main difference between the enterprise ERP and the cloud-based ERP. Yeah, enterprise ERP has like upfront setup cost and everything. So there will be a lot of maintenance. Here in cloud ERP,
exactly.
there is
first point, yes.
Yeah, the traditional one, the enterprise ERP is license based. This one is a subscription based. So whenever there is a latest version comes in the traditional one, they need to pay for and they have to update the servers. This one is automatically, whenever there is an upgrade, everything is updated automatically. And here everything is maintained by WORKDAY in cloud ERP. There we have in the enterprise ERPs, everything should be maintained by the own team, like configuration team, the server configuration, the database management and everything. So this one has easy performance and easy accessibility for cloud ERP. The traditional one, like we couldn't able to access from anywhere. So we should have an access to proxy, then we could able to get into the traditional ERP or some VM access or VPN like that. Here we can access from everywhere, wherever you want, if you have internet and browser. So here the data will be saved and retrieved easily, same time, I think. Whereas in the traditional one, it can't be updated at the same time.
Correct. So yeah, that's absolutely right. So thank you so much, Swarupa, and thank you so much for making a note and clearly understanding each and every point. So this is what exactly I'm expecting from all of you guys. So I would expect you guys to please take a note, and that definitely will help you, in terms of any quick answer or any sort of any question you have, any doubt you're stuck in terms of the practice or somewhere, so you can immediately refer to your book. So this is why exactly I will ask you guys to make a note of it. And thank you so much once again, Swarupa, that you are following us, with each and every point very clear. Thank you so much, and you're very loud too. Thank you. Yeah. So moving on, so now we will learn about the core concepts of WORKDAY. So what are the core concepts? What does that word mean? The word means core concepts means, it's the heart of the particular, all the navigations, or I would say the complete HCM. All right. So when I'm saying the heart of the, the particular HCM, so what are all those can be? All right. So there are like many things. So we are going to first talk about what is a business object. That is what exactly we can see in the picture. So what is WORKDAY object action model, and what are the WORKDAY navigation? That's the basic navigation. And what are the core concepts in detail, right? So we will talk about it each and everything in detail. So first we will start with our particular business object, and then we will slowly move on to our navigation today. All right. So our today agenda is going to be about the object action model and then our navigation part. All right. And then slowly we will also quickly go through with our training agenda, our training plan completely for all these days, that we know what are all the things that we're going to learn, and then we will move on our day-wise schedule. All right. So what is exactly object action model? Yeah. So if you guys remember, in my particular training session, in my particular day one demo session, I have also told you guys that, unlike PeopleSoft or SAP having a concept as database table, yeah, that consists of, rows and columns and everything. So how many of you have a knowledge about database tables?
I do. I work on SQL.
You work on SQL. Perfect. So how our database tables looks like? It's like rows and columns.
Yes.
Yes. So, but in Workday, a business object action model or a business object management system, right? We don't have a similar. We don't call any database table. We call it as object management. All right. The reason why we call it as object management, all right. Let me give me a quick minute. Let me draw this diagram. And if you are stuck anywhere, if you're not able to understand, please do ask me, and I'm happy to repeat that again for you guys. But don't leave that. Don't think that I will not be repeating, or don't assume the things that it's. Even if 1% of it you don't understand, please ask me. I'm happy to repeat that again for you guys. Okay. And yeah, so moving on. So I think my diagram is ready. Yeah, perfect. So you're able to see the diagram?
Yes.
Perfect. So in this particular diagram, what exactly I'm trying to show is, let's say this is my particular data source. All right, we will talk more about the data source when we are moving on to the reporting topic. Okay, we do have reporting topic and the calculated fields topic, and this is that's where exactly we use the data source, mainly. So let's say I have a data source, and the business object which I'm talking about. All right, so I'm taking the data source as worker, active, and terminated, and the business object which I'm talking about, I'm taking the worker towards the right side and the compensation business object towards the left side. So what exactly my business object is holding? It is holding field 1 and field 2. What are the field 1 and field 2? Plan ID or grade. And even towards the right side worker, it is employee name and employee ID. Right? So what I'm trying to explain here is that the business object holds certain set of fields and instances. Alright? And the data source holds certain set of business objects. Okay? So again, so to be more clear, let me open up the Excel sheet, so that will help you guys to understand more clear. So let me say this book 1, okay, this book 1 as my data source. Okay, I'll name this book 1 as all active and terminated. Okay, I'm naming this particular total complete Excel book as all active and employed, all active and terminated data source. All right. Save. And now this is my this complete Excel book is all active and terminated data source. Yes. And now within this I have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Right. Right. And I will call the business, sheet 2, I will call it as business object compensation. And the sheet 3, I'm going to call it as business object proposed compensation. Or let me call it as benefit. Okay. So now I have my particular sheet 1 as business object worker, business object 2 as my compensation, and business object 3 as benefit. Likewise, our data source can consist of many fields, many business objects. And now what exactly we have in this business object? So let me take the A column here. Okay, I will say this as employee ID in my worker business object, employee name, okay, and date of joining, I'll call it as DOJ. Alright, so these are my fields. Alright, these are my particular fields. And what exactly I have? The field, the data that I'm going to have under each field is my instance. Understanding? So let me say this employee ID as 45613, and I will call it as Swarupa, and the date of joining as current date. Okay, and likewise I will fill it up, the other employee ID, Raja Reddy, and say employee ID as current date. So what exactly is happening here? So my fields are this employee ID, employee name and date of joining, and my instances are there. Understanding? These are my particular instances. Yeah? So let's quickly go back to our presentation, and that is what exactly I am trying to show you. So the picture shows the object as a worker, and you are expected to see some sections from that worker. I can see my worker compensation, or I can see my worker addressing using the same business object. So that's what is exactly happening. So I am into my worker data source or into my particular worker, let me call it as, a particular worker business object, and I can access the other business object information because I am into a set of what? Into a set of data source, right? So the certain set of fields and instances and the data source holds that certain set of business objects is my object action model. And what exactly mainly, what is the beauty of the, object action model is that, so if somebody is asking you what is an object action model, you can just tell them that the beauty of the business object action model is whenever you see something on the screen, okay? So whenever you see something on the screen, you can perform the action then and there. Right? Whereas with the other applications like PeopleSoft or SAP, you got to click on right click, you got to open it in the new tab, and don't know, God knows, how much time that is going to open up, take time to open up. Or even if it is opening up, again, if you want to perform another action, you got to again open another tab, again you have to perform the action. It's like, we're complicating the, the performance, we're complicating the, the access, right? So with Workday object action model, since everything, the data is tied with the object action model, we access the direct, we access the object directly. We don't access, the data source, and then it will take time to reach out to the object action, to the particular object, and that object will take time. No, nothing as such. So since our data is stored in the object action model, and we directly reach out to the each object. And how our object looks like, I will show you now. All right, in our navigation, we are going to talk about it. All right, so any doubts so far?
Perfect.
Any questions?
No.
Perfect. Okay, so how many of you know about this RDBMS? Relational Database Management System.
Oh, I think you understood.
I have an idea.
Okay. So the reason why I'm talking about, we got nothing to do with the RDBMS, but now I'm just telling you because I'm comparing with the data storage, right? So in the traditional ERP, the data used to get stored in the RDBMS, that's Relational Database Management, and so actually that is a program, all right? It's not, I don't call it as a server or anything. It's a program, that actually will let us create and, update or, our particular relational database. So like most commercially, that is, that RDBMS is used to structure, for the SQL, for the structured query language, all right, to access the data through the SQL, all right, or through different tools. So for us to access it, we don't require any tools. We access it in the same tenant. We access the business object directly. Right? We don't require any tools or anything. That is why I said we don't have any coding concept. Right? So what exactly they're doing is they're writing a SQL script, and then that's how they're going to access the data. But here we're going to access the data in the same tenant. We're not going to go anywhere else. We will do every action, every data that you wanted to access, everything is in the same page. Everything is in the same tenant. All right. So since yesterday I have been using this word as tenant. What do you think as tenant? In general, in layman terms, what exactly is tenant?
Someone who is living in your own property or maybe your own field.
Yeah, in layman terms, if you rent an apartment from someone, so the who rented an apartment is a tenant. So here they're taking it's a subscription base, so everything is like tenant, I think.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So that's what exactly the word tenant means. Because Workday is the actual people who own this. All right. And the organization who is using that service as a subscription is a tenant. Right? So they're using this is my live tenant, guys. All right. I'm accessing through the Mozilla Firefox, and this is my live tenant. All right, and this is how exactly this is our system. So we don't need to go anywhere else apart from this particular browser, apart from this particular tenant. So that is why we call the word as tenant, right? So there are some, derived, before, at the time of Workday, launching, there are like PeopleSoft and SAP have lost some, legal cases around, saying that, they are using our terminologies. They are using, some of the, abbreviations and all this. So that's why they have changed it completely. So for an example, the employee in Workday is called as worker, not as an employee. All right. And there is no word called department. We call it as supervisory organization, and that is at the heart of our HCM. So we will talk about it. Okay. So likewise, the terminology has been changed. So everybody is clear about the word tenant means? A tenant is this one, we call this as our particular application that we are going to use is called as tenant. And the reason why we call it as tenant, because we are taking the service from Workday. The user, the customer is taking the service from Workday and using it. So that's why, all right, we call it as tenant. All right. Yep. So now we will move on to our navigation. So the page that you're currently looking at, all right, this is my particular home page, all right, or this is called as my landing page. All right. So how do you come to this particular landing page? All right. So as I said, the first point in Workday, the look and feel is very colorful, guys. All right. And the navigation comparing with the other tools are really not complicated. All right. Everything is beautiful. For me, I love my Workday. All right. Sorry, our Workday. So since you guys are also getting into Workday, yes. So yeah, so if you see this colorful icons, this workplace, this rocket symbol, everything is colorful. Do you have you ever seen a system with colorful icons, with easy access? I don't think so. Like, I have worked on, PeopleSoft. I don't see these colorful things there. Right? It's only one blue color which I will see all the time, and it's dead application. I'm just kidding, guys. So yeah, I have been working on PeopleSoft for about 5 years, so I don't want to comment on that. Yeah, but then, in terms of the navigation, in terms of the look and feel, what exactly is attracting the customers is this. All right, the easy accessibility is one point which is making the users to attract to Workday. All right, and even it's more simple. All right, they are not going to invest anything. They're just going to use it with the same way how I'm accessing. I'm accessing this through a browser with an active internet connection, and I do have my URL. All right, it is just accessing a URL. I'm able to get everything what I want, and it's all of my organization information. All right, it's only my organization information. It's not anything, any other data that is presented here. Okay, so the landing page I'm talking about, this is my landing page, or this is my home page. Okay, and now how do I access? What are the other ways for me to get onto this, to this particular landing page? Either I can click on this home button, which is here, and I can also click on this middle button, which is Workday. I can click on this, and that will refresh my page. Okay, and I do have a person here. If you see the profile, all right, so I can see a lady in this image here. I can see her name as Logan McNeil. What exactly is this? This is a profile. This is a user that I'm logging into this particular tenant. Using Logan McNeil credential, I'm logging into this particular tenant. Okay? So that is my profile. Right? And the home button is here. Okay? So anytime, when you're performing any task, if you wanted to go back to your landing page, either you can click on Workday, you can click on the home button here, or you can also click on the, the profile, and the profile you have the home button. Understanding? Yes?
Yes.
So what exactly is the profile? So we'll start with our profile, items which we have each and everything here. What exactly is profile? Is my profile? So I am logging in as Logan McNeil and I have all my information. Right? So if you see, I clicked on my profile and I have everything on a single page. You see this? How colorful is this with an image? With everything, she's a vice president human resource, her designation, and her particular manager, right, whom she's reporting to, and her location is here, and she can access her team, her contact details are here, her email address is here. Everything is on a single page. What exactly you need more? All right, and let me go more for the job detail. Okay, I have the tabs below, and I can access it, all right, on a single page again. You see her? We have her employee ID, we have her organization, we have her position, all her job information. Let's go to her contact information. Let's look into her contact information. We have it's taking time to load. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So again, I'm going back to my profile. So this is a profile that I can view my profile, right? I can change my password. I can change my, I can manage my password, or I can change my preferences, right? I'll show you what exactly is a preference. So if you look into the contact information, right, I have the complete information of the contact. I have the personal information. I have her compensation information, right? Why I'm able to see all this? Because I logged in as Logan McNeil, and Logan McNeil is the super user of Workday account of this particular organization called Global Management Services. All right. So I am logging in as GMS. Okay, and that's why I'm able to see all this. All right. In fact, I logged in as Logan McNeil, and that's why I'm also able to see all this. But if I wanted to see, Joyce, her manager's information, still I'll be able to see, because I am the super user and I have all the access to the tenant. That's why I'm able to see. So every action, every object. So this is a job object. All right. This is a contact object. This is a personal object. This is a compensation object. This is a benefits object. So every object that you're accessing, all right, there is a security, all right, there is a security configuration behind it. All right. So the security that Logan McNeil is accessing, she has that. So do you want to see how many, list of security groups or security access that she has? Let's go and take a look. So I'm accessing Logan McNeil's profile again, right? This is just the navigation, guys, all right? We have a lot to learn, okay? I'm just showing you quickly why Logan McNeil is able to see many things, all right? Even the actions that you're seeing here, we'll talk about it now in a little time. Everything is depending on the security what you have. We're showing you the Logan McNeil security access. see how many security groups she will have. And this will not happen with every employee. So somebody was asking me yesterday how security is configured. So this is how we assign a particular security group to the user, and she will have the complete access to that.
I have a question here, Kat.
Go ahead.
So the security depends upon the position or the level of employment?
Okay, that's a very good question. Yes, we do have both. We have position, we have job based also. So the position, we assign the security to that particular chair. So let me say I have, it's like you know the musical chair concept, right? So what we do, each person can sit only in one chair, right? Yeah. So it's the same thing. So our security, we will assign it to each chair or each position, right? And the person, whoever is going to sit in that particular position, they will have that particular access. And the other way around is the user-based security, right? We create a security group. We define the security for them, all right? Especially like for the people who are admin, who are at the director level, all right, who are at the vice president level, we create a special access to them and we assign, individually to that particular worker. Right? That's a user base. We do have both.
Okay.
We have so many security groups which we are going to talk about, and we are going to also practice. This is going to take time, guys. Let us come back to the security history later. Yeah. So now going back, as I said, the first one is view profile, where I can view my own profile, and home button is which will take me back to the landing page or the home page. And then next what I have is inbox. All right. Whose inbox is this? Is it my inbox or Logan McNeil's inbox?
It is Logan McNeil.
Exactly. So because I logged in as Logan McNeil, I can see Logan McNeil inbox only. All right. If I log in as Karthik, then I will see my own inbox. If I log in as Porupa, I can see my own inbox. All right. So it's like, you see your own inbox, and what I can see there in inbox, we can see the action. All right. So let's say there are some approvals. Okay. There are some approvals which are required, action by me. Okay. So let me say, so many steps somebody has disturbed this. Okay, let me take this particular hire. Okay, so this came to me because I am the admin, and that's why I have to take action. So let me take that. My internet is slow, guys. The tenant is not slow. Okay. Don't think the tenant is working very slow. My internet itself is very slow. That's why usually the tenant will not be slow. Okay, there is only one employee here. So the inbox will contain all the activity which is required of you. So if you are logging in as Logan McNeil, then that inbox is containing with your own, actions that you are supposed to take. So let's say, I have taken the review employee hire. Okay, so this is the approval step which came to me. So if you see here, there is an approve, or either I can send it back or I can move, I can perform more action. So this is what exactly. So it came to my inbox. Any action that is being supposed to taken by me as Logan McNeil, that comes to my inbox, my own inbox. So here it is asking me to review all the details and give the approval. Understanding? So that is the inbox. Right?
Karthik,
Now I can click on approve and that will go. Go ahead.
Karthik, is it configured to Outlook or Office 360, or it has own inbox?
It has its own inbox. See, if you wanted a notification to come to your inbox, your Outlook inbox, that has a different setting. All right, that has a different business. We have a business process concept where we will, notify. Where we have an option to, as notification, where we give a particular person, email address or a group email address, where they will get notified once that action comes into picture, once that particular step comes into picture.
Okay.
Right? Yes, we do have both the ways. So we will get notified here, and we can also get notified via email.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. So the next option what we have here is archive. Right? So archive is nothing but you can mark the action or notification, anything. You can mark your particular action as archive. So the actions that you have, you can mark it to archive tab. Okay. And what is next is notification. So the notifications are nothing but there are certain tasks. Okay. There are certain tasks that are marked to notify you. Right. So that's why it is throwing the notification. So let's say you have a certain report which is scheduled. Okay. So you have a weekly report which is scheduled, and every week you wanted that report to be, run, and you need that particular report. So what is happening here? The report will run as per the schedule, and you will be notified here in this notification saying that the document is available. If you see here the word, the document is available. And what is that Excel sheet? It is here. Okay. So your notification is something that is actually notifying you. So also taking another example, I am a local HR and I have certain, some new hire report or a weekly headcount report that is scheduled on weekly basis. All right. And that will come here, notifying me, so I can download it here itself. So when a report runs as per the schedule, we can have that report coming in as a notification to us, and we can download it on the same page. So a notification is like a rules-driven alert. Please make a note of it. A notification is a rules-driven alert, such as reports, birthdays, time off, anything. Yeah. So for an example, if you see here, there is one more notification here showing as, so with WORKDAY, the tenant is very, restricted, guys. Alright, so I will not be able to use my own tenant. So I can use only my GMS tenant, right, which is a demo tenant, alright, which is for the implementation purpose. So that's why it is very complicated to use our own tenant. And so that's why we use an implemented tenant, and that is provided by the organizer. So anytime for the practice, if you have, if you need the tenant, you can contact him directly and he will provide you that. In fact, he is providing it currently to me as well. Because I will not be able to use my own tenant that has a restrictions around the organization. Yeah. So the next one is, as I'm showing you here, the personal information. So this is again a notification for me. So what exactly is notifying? Personal information change. There is a person called Chinmayananda. So for this particular person, there is a personal information change. So that is a notification for me. Okay. So likewise, alright. So this is a rules-driven alert. Okay. And what is next? So the next what we have is the workbench. Okay. So what exactly is workbench? So Workbench is nothing but it are quick access tools. If you see here, account administration, security and audit, all alert, segregation, configure business. So all these are my admin related activities. All these are my quick access tools. So if I wanted to, create an integration, I can click on this icon and I can immediately click on, I can create an integration or I can run a particular integration. If I wanted to create a report, I can come to this particular reporting and analytics. Alright. So whatever the icons that you're seeing here, whatever the easy access tools that you're seeing here, it always depends on your security. Don't forget that. Okay. So these are the quick access tools for technical administrators and implementers. Alright. Who are the implementers here?
It's we.
Who are the implementers? Sorry?
It's we, whoever is using it.
Exactly. We are the implementers. Right? We are the implementer consultants. So we implement for the customers. Alright? So anything. So this is like a technical administrator. These are the quick access tools. And what is next? We have sitemap. Let's click on that. So our sitemap is a predefined list of standard reports. Okay. So this is very helpful, guys. Alright. So you need not to create each and every report. So Workday is delivering some kind of generated reports already. So Workday delivers some set of reports. So we can quickly access those particular reports. We don't need to generate that. So let's say I wanted a headcount report. I wanted a particular, employees complete list, or I wanted a specific location-wise data. So I can access it using this particular sitemap. All right. So my sitemap has a list of delivered reports. So for an example, if you see here, I have the benefits option. Okay. Under benefits, I have the reports. So again, my sitemap is also not only the reports, it also has this task. So what is task exactly? I can perform the action, all right, in the same place. So if you see here, I can see the report, active employees not eligible for benefits. I can see this is the report. And towards the right side, I do have the task, change benefit job, change medical, Medicare Part D, something, all right. So likewise, everything is at the same place. All right, so this is a delivered one. So I can perform either I can perform the action or I can look into the report. All right, so a Workday is driving with the object action model, and everything you do is going to be either the report or the task. Okay, so you keep seeing this name as a report or a task. You don't see any other name. All right, against each field you will see that. All right, is that clear?
Yes.
Perfect. So the next is favorite. So let's click on favorite. So what is favorite? So a favorite are nothing but I set my favorite business object. I set my favorite custom report. I set my favorite task. Right? So my favorite is something which I define it. So how do I define that? I'll click on this manage favorite. And if you see here, my favorite task, my favorite custom report, my favorite business object. Okay. So when I can, we have ability to mark any item in Workday as a favorite by using this favorite button. All right, maintain favorite, favorite, and then maintain favorite. All right, this basically allows you to access those particular items easily. So all these are the easy access tools, guys. Okay, and then next is audit. Audit you will not have, guys, so we don't talk about it. So it's for the security purpose. All right, since Logan McNeil is a security admin. So that's why she's able to, see this particular option as well. And Worksheet is not required. And what is W drive?
Is it web drive?
Any idea? Sorry?
Is it a web drive?
Not exactly. So yeah, we can call it, it's a Workday drive. Okay. So the word W drive means it's a report repository. Alright. It's a report repository. It's a drive which will store all the reports. Okay. And it's a virtual drive, guys. Okay. It's a virtual drive which can store all the generated reports. So as I said, if you remember, I have taken an example, about the inbox. So there is a particular report which is scheduled, and you have that report there in your inbox, and that will be stored here. All right. If you are missing out there, you can come back to this W drive, and you will have your report available here in this. So that's why I called it as a report repository. All right. So a notification will be displayed where? In the inbox, that your report is available for you to download, and you will have your report here available. All right. Yes. And there is a limitation for this W drive, guys. All right. It's an unlimited storage, by the way. So if you ask me how much space I have with the W drive, the virtual drive, it's an unlimited storage. And yes, there is a limitation for W drive. So the limitation is, right, we have a document retention policy. For this report repository, we have a document retention policy. So the document retention policy says if any file for more than 30 days is there in the W drive, that will be removed automatically. So if you need a report more than 30 days, then you need to download it to your local drive. But believe me, guys, for the people who are already, in the SQL or SAP or any other system, if you remember, we keep getting the ad hoc report requests and we keep running the report, right? We create a new report, we download it, and then we will share that particular report. It's like, you're filling up your desktop, right? Even, again, at the end of the month, we will clear off our desktop and all of this stuff. But how about if we have a W drive like this? All your reports are here, and if it is really needed, if the report is mandatory, that you need to save that report, then you will download it to your local drive. If not, you will leave it here, and after 30 days, that will get automatically deleted. Yes?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
But it will be there in the inbox, right?
Yeah, inbox is it? No, you will get notified. Yes, you have both the way.
Okay.
Yes. Either you can download it from inbox with the notification that you're receiving, or you can come to here to the W drive and you can download it. Yes?
Okay.
So what is next? The next is documentation. So what exactly is the documentation? All right. So Workday documentation is nothing but it's a Workday community, guys. All right. The word community stands for everyone, a group of people joining together at one place. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Or what it is called as? So basically, a community is a place where we obtain information. All right? Where a group of people will be there and we will obtain information. And Workday community is a very important access that you would require immediately once you get into Workday. All right? Because what we have here is that we have all the information related to what? We have the information related to the Workday new releases. We have the people, responding. We can post a question. If you are stuck somewhere and if you don't know, how to deal with it, you post a question here, and there are people globally. In fact, I am also in there, so I might also respond to your question. Okay, so globally, all the Workday people are here. including the customers, including the users. Everybody who is into Workday, they have this particular community access, and this is one tool which will definitely help us, right? In terms of questions, in terms of the document reference, in terms of, the new releases. Okay?
It's kind of a
So this
knowledge.
will have a individual, sorry?
It is kind of a knowledge share.
Exactly. Correct. Yeah, you can say it knowledge share. You can say that, as an update, a place where you get all the updates, everything. Yeah. But don't expect you will be getting the training documents here. No, it's just a reference document you will get it here, not the training document. The word documentation is you will get a reference document, what exactly you can do with that particular task that you're trying to perform. But it won't give you the training document. Alright? The Workday trainings are very restricted again. So you hear the word tenant is restricted, training is restricted. What are the other ways to learn? Yes? So the help is nothing but, this is a Workday help. And my account, what exactly we have under my account is nothing but I logged in as Logan McNeil, and I can change my password, I can change my preferences, I can manage my password challenge questions, and I can also see my sign-on history. So how many times I have sign on with using my credentials. Okay? Alright? Now, what we have next is the very interesting one. Alright? And with that, we will go ahead and so let me quickly open up Amazon. How many of you are good with shopping every day? How many of you spend at least an hour in shopping? Tell me, guys. Don't tell me. I myself will use it.
Most of
Please go ahead. Most of the time.
yes. Yeah, at
That's
least
good. All right. So what exactly? Sorry.
at least sometime in a day.
Okay, at least sometime in a day. Okay, that's a good answer. Yeah. So what exactly we're doing here in Amazon? So I have a search box here. So nobody taught me to come here and type in the product information that I would require. All right. So let me say, stuck. Okay. So let me say I wanted to buy a Sony home theater or a Bose home theater. So what I'm exactly doing, I'm typing it in the search box, Sony headphones. So let me say Sony headphones. What I'm doing here, I'm just typing my requirement here in the search box, right? And what I have, towards the left side, I have my show results first, the category list, and I have the results towards the right side, right? And what exactly I can do? I can sort out, I can filter it, right? I can filter it by the brand. I have so many here. So I can filter it by the brand. And again, I can filter it by particular color. Alright, I will say black. Alright, again, I can filter it by, it is saying on ear or in ear, over ear or all this. So what exactly is happening? And again, I can select it by average customer review. So what exactly I am doing here?
Action.
We are filtering it according to our area of interest. Yes?
Yes.
So, how about if my Workday is also going to work in the same way? That's what we are going to talk about is the search option, the search bar. Alright? The search bar will let me search for the information what I require. So let me say I'm going to search for Logan McNeil as a profile, right? As a person. I'm just typing it as Logan McNeil. So if you see here, what I have, I'm already having the prompt. The same thing is happening in Amazon as well. We will have a prompt. If you type it as Sony, it is prompting us for the Sony home theater, Sony headphones, Sony or whatever, it has with that particular name. right? Yes. So I'll hit on enter. Now see what exactly I'm going to get. I'm going to get the categories towards my left side and my search results towards my right side. So it is saying here, too many hits returning first 100. That means there are so many with this particular name, but I'm returning only first 100 for you. And again, as I said, I wanted to sort it, or I wanted to filter it by my area of interest, because I said I wanted to see Logan McNeil employee profile. So how do I do that? I come here to the categories and I will filter it by skill. So my people will filter me and I have only one item. You see this? Yeah. So earlier what was happening, if I click on all of Workday, that will completely search the entire Workday with this particular name called Logan MC. And that's why I have too many results. What if I'm going to filter it? I have the filter sorted and I have only one employee profile, which is Logan McNeil. Understanding? You see how simple is that? Yeah?
Yes.
So, this is how we will filter it according to our area of interest. Alright, let me say integration. I don't have any integrations with that name. Okay, let me say reporting. Okay, I don't have any reporting with that particular name. Let me say staffing. I have her position record as vice president. I have her employee record as Logan McNeil. So these are the two things under staffing I can see. So likewise, our search bar will help us to easily access the data. So we have only option to type something in the search bar, and that's how you will be able to access the data.
Karthik, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
So you're logged in as Logan McNeil and you're searching by her name. You can as well search the employees under her as well?
Anyone I can search. I'm typing it as Jack. Yeah. And I have so many people. Let me filter it by people. And you see these are the people. We have two people by Jack name. Jack Taylor and Jack Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Let me also type in as Ema. We have two people again. This is the test data, guys, right? But in real time, you will have so many people, right? So we have two employees. Why I said, how many employees are here?
Two and one consultant. 2 employees and 1 contractor.
Exactly. How we are able to make out that?
You can see there. Under the
It's clearly mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is how we identify whether it's a contingent worker or an employee. You see that? Yeah. And there is another way. You see the employee will not have, employee name itself is here. But if it's a contract employee, we have a C here. Right? This is how we identify a difference between a contract employee and an employee. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. So, again, how do I go back to my landing page?
Go to home.
Home.
Sorry?
Home or Workday.
Click on home.
Exactly. I will click on that. So before that, we have one last point or one last topic that we have to talk about is the related action. Right? So what is a related action? So a related action is the additional action that I can take anytime on the screen. So let's say, I have this. So if you see this 3 dots, earlier I was able to see this? No. If I move my mouse cursor here, I can see these 3 dots with orange. I can click on this and that will have my additional actions here. What are all the additional actions that I can take? Alright. Again, here we have the related action. So every time, so this is why I said object action model. I said whenever you see something on the screen, you can perform the action then and there, right? So my object action model shows me the hyperlink like this, a blue with a hyperlink, and also it will also have the related action. All right. So if you see my related actions, these are all my additional actions that I can perform. If I wanted to terminate this employee, I can come to the job change and I can convert the employee to contract employee, or I can end the contract, contingent worker contract. All right. So the termination word is used for the employee. Sorry to use that wrong word. But yeah, if I wanted to end the contingent worker contract, I can end it here. All right. So these are the additional actions that I can take on the each task, each profile. Right? Likewise, anything on any page, if you are in, if you wanted to perform additional actions, that is a related action item. All right? Are we clear?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, here all the actions should be performed in a single page, right? There is no back and forth steps, like back and forth navigations, right?
Yeah. You can go for the back and forth. There is no restriction as such. You can always go anywhere. If you are, you don't have that. There is nothing, it's not a bank application that, if you click on back and you get expired.
Okay.
There is nothing as such.
Okay, got it.
All right. Yeah. So this is what exactly we are talking about. The home page, the one. What is this tool? A quick questions for us guys. What is this tool?
Search box.
Exactly. And what is 3?
Profile.
It's an object.
Exactly. All right. So no, that's not an object. That's a profile. It's a profile. Just a login profile. All right. So that's what we were talking about. Homepage. Every user will have a homepage with different types of worklets as per the user security. Is that what exactly we have discussed? Yeah. Everything that you see is based on the security on the home screen. And home icon will bring us back to home landing page. A WORKDAY icon will bring us, in the middle of the screen, which will also bring you back to the particular landing page. Search. If you want to find something, just type it with easy prefix or in simple words, which gives you productive results. User details. The user who logged in and by clicking on the name, will be able to see the home menu, which consists of view profile, user, home. And these are all the things what we have discussed already. And let's take a quick knowledge test, right? And then we can wrap up. And tomorrow we have our day 3 schedule, right? So I think somebody got a background noise, so they can mute the mic, and only when it is required they can unmute. There's a lot of background noise. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Aparna. I think it's from Aparna or from Surat, I don't know.
It's not
from Aparna. Yeah.
No, it's not from me.
Oh, okay. No problem. Yeah. So, the first question. List out the differences between the client server and the cloud ERP that we have already discussed the first question. And what is a business object? Can somebody tell me about business object?
Database, table.
It's a data source. It's a data source
Okay,
which contains.
not the data source.
It's not the data source.
We call it as an object.
Okay. Yet data source is on the top of the business object, so you can't name it as data source.
Yeah, business object is like a set of fields, like worker, employee ID, employee name.
Exactly. Then what makes object action model in comparison to the other systems?
Yeah, here you can access the object directly.
Exactly. So the beauty, you need to answer it like, the beauty of the business object is, whenever I see something on the screen, I can perform the action then and there. And what makes my business object action model in comparison to the other systems? Our data is stored in the business object, and we access the data, all right, using how? Through the report writer or through the particular navigation, all right, through easy access tools, all right. So you can say that. What is the name of the icon that allows you to view information or perform tasks on the landing page?
Home.
What is that?
It's a
I
home.
said, what is the name of the icon? No. So what is the name of the icon that allows?
Inbox.
Guys, that's a perform task. That look at the or perform task on the landing page. Inbox will perform the task.
On the profile.
What were you doing? Well, how you are able to search an employee profile? How are you able to look for an employee profile?
Yeah, it's
It's
under
search bar, guys. No, it's search bar. You're using search bar to perform the task, to view the information. I gave you the Amazon example, still you're not able to find out the answer. Very good. Okay. I'll ask you the same question again. Not tomorrow, after some days. Then let me see how you're going to answer it. So true or false? Search allows you to use partial search, abbreviation and misspelled words. If you type anything incorrect, will my Workday will understand that?
No.
Yes.
Excellent. No, it won't. The partial searches, misspelled words, Workday will not deliver the result to you. You have to be careful, all right? The spelling, just that you need to remember the spelling, right? Nothing else. And what is related action icon?
Gives more information like additional actions and all.
Yeah, it's a 3 dots icon.
Absolutely, yes. Excellent. Yeah, it's a 3 dots icon or the action button. Now with Workday 27, we are currently in Workday 28 version, guys. So with Workday 28 version, the 3 dots has been removed and it is called as actions now. So that is being replaced now. With the tenant what you are accessing is already a 28 version. But if you see on the top, there is an action. And earlier it was with 3 dots. Now it is action. But the rest will be still the 3 dots only. Alright. The rest of the business object under that will be with the 3 dots itself. So yeah, either way. So the additional actions that you can perform is through related action icon against each task that you're performing or that each task that you're working on. Alright. Any more questions?
So Karthik, basically the business object is a model of data source, business objects and fields and all. It's a combination of, one-to-one database or, one-to-one information.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, it's more or less your business object is nothing but your database, your fields and instances. You have your data in that. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Any more questions? Okay. So from tomorrow, we will start with the particular day 3, which is going to be our core concept. So this is just the navigation, guys. All right. As long as you keep practicing, you will get to know about the navigation. All right. So we will start with our core concepts from tomorrow, and that will be more interesting. Okay. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for connecting, and you have a nice time ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Karthik. Same to you. Have a good day.